Heidi, hi. Welcome, friends. Oh, what is this new look? What is this new setup? What is this feeling so sudden and new? Friends, we are doing a little channel rebrand. We have a rebrand, friends. We are going to be calling this the JSA show. Flash the logo. Bam, there it is. I just wanted to switch it up a little bit. New year, new me. But same old Reddit BS that we're going to get to. But before that, we have a fun segment that we're going to throw in for these first few episodes. It's called Food for Thought. Let's begin. Okay. Food for thought. Here we go. I'm going to now read a fortune cookie that, as you can see, I just opened, and give you my live thoughts. Improv. It's alive and well in this house, friends. Okay. It says, dream big, and you'll be capable of anything. Now, see, this is the shit I'm talking about. That's not a fortune. Dream big, and you'll be capable of anything? No. How about a whole damn box of these? You can and then learn Chinese. Hong Kong chow mein. Gangxi Chow Mian. Let's go. And if I'm doing the lottery, well, if I'm doing the lottery, you're not going to know my numbers. All right, well, there was that, friends. Don't forget, dream big and you'll be capable of anything. Because who the didn't know that shit? Reddit story time. All right, friends, we are here. How about I not drop this? We are here for the classics. Let's jump into it. This story, y'all, I had to read it twice because... like the title twice to make sure. I was like, is this the thing I want to read? And I think the answer is yes. And I know you want to hear it. So let's go. How do I, 21-year-old female, tell my boyfriend, a 23-year-old male, that I don't want to bottle feed him anymore? Well, just like that. But, easier said than done, girl. I get it. Ooh, he's like, do you like this? Is this fun for you when I wear my Shrek mask and bang you back? The answer is no. I'll try to make this post as brief as possible, even though I feel like... I apologize. I'll try to make this post as brief as possible, even though I feel like there's a lot... It's not even funny yet. Even though I feel like there's a lot to this, but my boyfriend and I have been together for a little over 2 years now, and a few weeks ago, he asked me to bottle feed him warm milk for the very first time. Like a virgin. I thought it was weird, but I know people who have kinks and won't judge what is harmless, but he insisted it wasn't a kink, and it sounds like a kink to me. And that what is it? A kink and fetish. One of them you need to get off on. It's required for you to get off for it to be called that. And I don't know which one it is. You can look that up in your own time, okay? This ain't a research channel. And that it would be a fun bonding moment for us. He also told me that if I didn't like it, I didn't have to continue. So I tried it, even though I wasn't into it. You know what? And good for you. Good for him for putting that out there. That if you don't like it, you don't have to continue. Good for you to say, you know what? This is important to you for whatever reason. So let's give it a go. I hope he ain't wearing no bib, because then that kind of feel a little Epstein. That was kind of crazy to say. Anyway, we'll continue. Oh, I also wanted to say, I'm sorry I've been gone for a while. I just wanted to figure this all out, but I'm glad to be back here with all of you. I could see how happy it made him and figured it was a once in a while thing. It could be okay. Yeah, you know what? You're like, maybe once a quarter, we pop out the bottle and sing a lullaby. Fast forward to now, and it's become a nightly routine. Milk's expensive, too. Where sometimes he will refill after the first. Have me do it again. Oh, yeah, big boy. And last night after our routine, I was annoyed because I had class early the next morning, and I guess the milk gave him the hiccups. Oh, which was obnoxious. And I'm about to fucking cry. Which was impossible to ignore. So I asked him if he could sleep elsewhere, and he asked me how I could suggest such a thing. Could you wake me up, bitch? I told him I did this favor, and I needed to sleep, and he made me feel like a horrible person for feeding him out of obligation instead of love. And TBH, at that point, he sounded almost in tears, so I gave up and gave him the bed because part of me hates when he cries. But it sounds like he's leaning into this baby little toddler situation, girl. But also feels a pang in my chest for him. Pangin'? Are you West Indian? You say pang? Or did you mean to say pain? Oh, who will know? We'll never know. Inside Tulia. That sounds dirty. This morning he was silent and I didn't say anything. And then he asked me why I hadn't bothered to ask him what was bothering him. All right, diva. But I'm straight up, so I encouraged him to tell me. But he asked me why he needed to tell me if I cared enough to... Because you know that I knew that you knew that I knew. So you should know. Girl, read a damn book or go to therapy. I don't know how to tell him that I don't want to bottle... I don't want to do the bottle thing anymore without being selfish or it looking bad because it's already been weeks. Yeah, girl, I'm not saying that's on you, but you should have done it twice to be like, you know what, this ain't for me. And you gave me the out. Or when it became really frequent, because I could get the thing of like, okay, if I do this like once in a while, or even say like, hey, I don't want this to be a nightly thing. Feel confident in saying, you know what, you said I could give an out and here's my out. But now that it's gone on for so long, you're like, this is hard. And I completely agree. And take that as just lesson for the next time of like, if someone gives you an out and you realize you don't like something in the beginning, use it. Use it. It's been looking bad. He says it's been healing for him. You just need therapy. He needs to go to therapy. And the crying and the bottle and the woe is me and you didn't ask me how my day was, the Green Day sadness of it all, it's too much. It's too much. And it's trauma. So would I be taking away a good thing just because I can't compromise or show selfishness? No, you're allowed to say, I don't want to participate in this. This is weird and uncomfortable for me. It seems like it could be, he got mommy issues. That's a therapist. That is not your job. Side note, I see this sometimes with some girlfriends that I have where they're like, there's this thing that happens where it's like a woman can heal a man in particular. I see that as a thing, like a woman can turn a demon man into an angel. And it's like, that's not your job, girl. It's not your job. Stop being the therapist and all these different things, the bottle feeder for them. He needs to figure it out. It's his life. He has to figure it out. You should support him in that endeavor, whatever mommy issues that he has from being a latchkey kid or whatever. But that's not your job to heal him. Your job as a partner is to support them in their journey. You're not responsible for healing him at all. It also doesn't make sense because he said we could stop, but seems to imply that if I do, I'd be a horrible person. Yeah, he did. Uno reverse. Yeah. If y'all can tell me how to suggest, all right, here, without getting defensive, I think you go in there and you just lay down the law. And if he's like, really tries to guilt trip you, you say, this is a 2-part situation. And I say, I'm not comfortable. So we're either stopping this bottle feeding or we're stopping this relationship. Because he's not allowed to manipulate you into like saying, well, I went through trauma or this is healing my trauma. So you have to do this for me. That's not your job. It's never been your job. Don't make it your job. Like, oh, I feel bad. Okay. Well, why? Why do you feel bad? You didn't cause pain. You didn't cause harm. And you tried to be supportive in the best way you could. You tried this thing. It became too demanding and too much for you now. You're not, and he seems like unwilling to find a solution. You did your part. If I was you, I wouldn't feel bad. I'd be like, look, I tried. I did that to one person once too. I did not bottle feed them. Let's be clear. But someone like, I tried to help them out and then they wanted me to go above and beyond. I said, that's your job. I said, I have a life and you have a life and your life is your job. Okay. I'm not here to, Let me see what some comments says. So your partner is weaponizing trauma to get you to do what he wants. Hello, ring a ding ding, ring the bell. Maybe I'll buy a bell, ring a ding ding. And people love throwing the word trauma around now. Like, he'll be like, my mother didn't naturally feed me because I was a biter. She only gave me Similac, so now I yearn for the milk. Just shut up. One comment says, tell him to bottle feed himself and change his own diapers. Woo! I know that's right. So at the end of the day, girl, you need to cut it, okay? Cut that umbilical cord. Umbilical cord? How about umbilical cord? Literacy in America. All right, friends. And to wrap us up, we're going to just talk about a fun news story. So, transition. All right, today's news brings you 6 more weeks of winter. Yeah, so as you know, we're in February. Look, I'll go back to the little bit in a bit. As you know, we're in February. So if you're like me, you were born in Pennsylvania, you know about Punxsutawney Phil from Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, okay? That groundhog did see his shadow, which means 6 more weeks of winter. I currently live in Chicago, so that's some bullshit. What I found out recently was that in Woodstock, Illinois, there's a groundhog named Willie. And Willie looked at his shadow. Willie did not look at his shadow. Let me read these notes. Willie did not see his shadow. See, he says in early spring. Now, first thing is, who the fuck is Willie? I never heard about this bitch until this year. He sounds fraudulent, even though apparently the movie Groundhog Day was based in Woodstock, Illinois, so maybe there's some credit to that. Regardless, all I know is Punxsutawney. So I'm mad at Phil because he said we have more winter and I'm in Chicago and it's cold. Now this Willie, I might give you a chance because you said it's going to be spring. And if it's not, I'm going to find you. I'm going to whoop your ass, all right? And I dare Peter to stop me. All right, transition. All right, friends, so that was it for the JSA show. I hope you enjoyed it. It'll be weekly. You know what I mean by weekly. At least the first 3 to 5 weeks will be weekly. There will be a small week break, and we'll come back, and etc., etc. But I really hope that you enjoyed this. I had fun doing it. That's kind of going to be the setup for the next few episodes. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.